you guys? It's Mary.
Be
back to like,
subscribe,
share,
and comment
down below. Because today we are reviewing Ready to Love You All. And we're going to get right into it. It has been quite a bit. It has been cringe fest, and Mom has been living for it. But we're going to start with Tommy. He decided to step in.
Yes. And take the women's votes from
and power.
Them. Really, Tommy? Really?
So
that's how we're living now because you don't want to see one of those guys go?
Yeah.
Really,
which I thought was kind of effed up, actually, and I was quite offended.
Yeah.
Because he didn't want Swayze or Samson to go. Honestly, they both could have been. First,
both
honestly, Swayze, Samson, and LJ, all of them could have left because none of them are here for anything serious. Like, Katie and that won't work.
But I think that the women were going to choose Samson. I think he already knew how it was. Like,
he also even said
he already knew how it was going to go.
But you know what's also funny? Samson was like, I honestly think if Tommy hadn't stepped in, Brandy would have got rid of me. But you know what was funny about that? Because she was there trying to ask him, so what's going on with us? And what's going to be happening?
And tried to shade her. And guess what? You forgot that they got the vote. And she was ready for that.
Yeah.
She was like, and the person who, whatever. And then Tommy realized I'm going to step in now. Because he already knew who was going.
Yeah, but I felt I thought it was odd, and then I felt like because he even did that, I thought it was wrong, and then he was like,
wrong.
ladies,
he took the women's votes from them, and I'm surprised they didn't call him out on it, but they don't want to call him out on it because they don't want him probably to, move the guys to choose them to kick them out or something.
I feel like he is kind of egotistical. I've never liked Tommy.
Yeah.
He's
all
not
in the votes and stuff.
Yeah, he's not the epitome of
you
love.
Gotta suck up to Tommy if you want to stay all Ready to Love.
I'm sure.
I mean, but that's what it's showing now. So he's putting himself in the game.
Dustball. But yeah. So and then he had the nerve to say that. You guys, this week the men now have the power. We never had the power, Tommy. So please just sit your dusty self down in the corner somewhere.
You took the power from them.
Yeah.
You totally took it from them. They did not choose LJ.
Yeah.
They did not choose LJ because all of the women like LJ.
Yeah, but he doesn't really have any connection with anybody. And he didn't show up for the retreat. So, I mean, it is what it is. But Trinika was very sad about it or whatever.
And I thought that was wrong because once they took that guy away from her, and he, you know what I'm saying? Then it was like she had no one. And then they got rid of her.
Yeah. But apparently the women now, they have to prove that they know their man. And whoever proves it gets to have a special little dates with their man or whatever.
Yeah.
Katie had said something that I thought was very odd. She said she has fantasies about hosting Christmas parties with Swayze. Oh my God. And look, I'm not going to sit here and lie and act like I haven't fantasized about, having a life with somebody who has not made a commitment to me before. You know what I'm saying? But I just felt like Katie
Swayze
is not serious.
Fool me.
Like Katie's,
you don't.
He's a jerk,
Katie
and he's a red flag. So I just felt like Katie, you should be walking with a grain of salt, not sitting here having fantasies. You know what I'm saying? And you're also pushing 40. I was in my early 20s when I did that. So I mean, I don't do that no more.
Shady.
I definitely. I'm not being shady. I'm just saying. I feel like women, we have to really collectively say we're not going to start having fantasies in our head about a man until we know that this is something that's for real.
It's not even a commitment.
It's not a commitment.
It's not even ready to be married. This is just ready to date.
Yeah, and even when they were asking her questions about Swayze, she knew nothing about him. No, I honestly wish the men had to prove that they knew the women. Because it's so easy to prove that women know men. Because most of the time, women are trying to appease and listen to men anyway. So, Some women, yes,
because
not all.
We saw that Charisse was not listening at all.
Yeah, I mean,
but we'll talk about that later.
Yes. But yes, so Katie and she lost, I think, on the second go round. I think
wasn't it the first go round when they asked about family?
Do you want a big bank account or a big family? And she said big bank account.
Even I knew that was if he was going to say family. How did you? And I don't even know the guy.
It smells like lust to me. But yeah, so Kayla, she decided to choose Mike. I just don't know what this is. It's giving me like side chick syndrome or something like that. Like maybe she has been that in the past, maybe not willingly or whatever. But not I don't willingly, know.
But then you create that. Those vibrations come towards her.
Exactly.
And then she falls back into that loophole again.
Yeah, because the thing is, this man is very much Buddha with Brandy. In public and in private. Yeah. He's sharing a room with her.
He's sharing a room with her. In the kitchen, he's holding her in front of you.
He's holding her, kissing her, all this stuff or whatever. Like when Brandy was there or whatever with Kayla, like he basically said nothing. He let Brandy come for you and all that stuff. And it's like you want to still give it a chance and you want to show that you really know Mike or whatever. Like, Mike is not serious, and I'm sorry, but... Well, actually, I'm not sorry. He is a cheater. He's a man who'll be there, he will have a wife, and then he'll be there cheating. I would not be surprised if that's why his wife left him. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, because as soon as Brandy left...
he went running by Kayla.
He whistled up
Kayla, listen, I'm sorry.
To talk to him. What is wrong with you?
And then she let him hug her or whatever, and I think he kissed her on the forehead. I just felt like Kayla, and then she's like, the thing is, we have a really strong connection, but I really want to see if this is going to work.
You know what?
He has a wife already.
He calls her.
Brandy is basically his wife. If we're all being honest,
because after all, they were there. She made sure his stuff was packed.
She's like, "Are you packed, baby? Okay, let's go."
And that's how she was acting too, like the wife. And then he goes see her off in her car, whatever, and then
quickly goes signs off to see his side chick.
Kayla,
I'm sorry about what happened, and we need to make this work because I really want to see our connection. You didn't say that when she was there.
No.
So please don't come talk to me. Honestly, if he came behind me, I would not even be looking back. I'll be acting like I am tone deaf, and I'll be getting in my car. And please watch your foot because I definitely would like to roll over your foot. So don't put yourself in that situation.
Roll over you completely. Move.
Bye. Well, what was that song?
There?
Oh my God!
Oh my goodness!
Oh my goodness!
Okay, let me roll off you. Okay, hold on.
Oh, let me reverse. Oh, let me go forward.
Back. Oh, okay. We don't do those kinds of things because that might be called murder.
But I mean, Kayla, I want to see if this will work.
Yeah.
Listen, if a man can't love you in public and in private, but mainly in public, he ain't for you, boo. Please stop being the side chick.
Yeah.
Well, not that I'm accusing you of anything, but
let's finish with Kayla.
Yeah, let's just wrap up.
Randall. Yeah. Randall called her to talk to her.
Right, this man had no answers. He's talking about how he has to go to counseling to decide who he wants to be with. I can't.
I know you're looking for answers, and I have none.
So why are we on this date?
I'm not gonna bullshit you. He had some stuff in his chest when he was talking to her, but when you're talking to everybody else, you all milly mouth and grinning and all that stuff. But look at how he was talking to Kayla. Disrespectful, Kayla. What do you do?
She doesn't love herself and she doesn't know herself.
You came with your tank top and this showing skin to him for what? I want to be covered up from here to here. Yes, what it is that you need. What? Okay, actually, you already made your choice and I have certainly made mine. I'm going to be letting Tommy know that I'm excusing myself.
Yeah.
Or just telling him, it's not going to work, boo. You saw that I chose Mike. Right? So, yeah, I mean, it's over. So you only have 2 women now that you're dealing with. I'm sure you'll prefer that. And just move on. But she's still there. She
doesn't know her worth. And that's what's so sad. She doesn't know her worth.
Yeah.
That's what's really sad.
As beautiful as she is,
she's just really lost. You can tell her she's really lost. I think she just has to find herself, and the right man will come to you, Kayla.
Yes.
You're a beautiful girl. Yeah. Have your standards and stay with that. And whatever man cannot accept that, screw him, boo-boo.
Yes. Because the right person will come. You're not going to be right for everybody.
And you don't want to be.
A blessing.
You do not want to be.
Yeah. And, I mean, when your soulmate comes, he'll come. But as soon as you get rid of having that kind of side chick energy, only then will that right man come your way. If not, you'll still continue to be drawing in these kinds of fools, like Mike and...
Well, I don't want to call it side chick energy. I know I started that. But maybe we should say accepting anything type of energy or whatever. It's not as catchy, though.
But it is like a, side chick kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, there's a main person... Because she kept on saying she feels like...
Their connection
rejection.
is...
She said you felt like rejection to her. So
maybe that's what it is.
That, she's familiar with this kind of energy of rejection. You know what I'm saying? And, going back to Mike, like at some point you gotta just grow as a man, where you're able to just speak straight words. With Brandy, that's what I liked about that guy, Chris. Chris from a few seasons ago.
Yeah.
The DJ guy. You know? Just speak straight words. Yeah. This is the person I am with. And you can also even tell Brandy, if you want to do something, if you want to explore things with Kayla, speak straight word with Brandy too. Brandy, I'm also exploring stuff with Kayla as well. But I always feel like when you are someone, I don't want to say someone of character, because I
someone
feel
of
like
character.
When you just don't like have someone dangling like that.
Yeah.
You don't do things to deliberately hurt somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
At that point when you had known that you don't want Kayla anymore at the house, he should have done what Clifton did. Remember, he called Dania.
Well, yeah.
And spoke to her.
Yeah.
Even though it was hard,
Danica.
It was a very hard conversation. You could tell Clifton did not want to have that conversation at all. Yeah. But he was honest with her. Yeah. So you know something, we came here, I was liking you, but now I have actually made my choice. Joyce and I, we're in the room. Like, that's what you gotta do, Mike. It's hard to bite the bullet. The same thing with Randall.
I don't think he does. I think he might. But my thing is, I always has felt like he's a little bit narcissistical. Mike, right? Because even the way that he was holding her neck, and then when he was like,
she was moving, he was like grabbing, and he's so strong, like,
get your big ass off of me.
Big hand and all this stuff.
And then he was like, look, I'm not going to kiss you until I'm not going to kiss you or whatever until those lips are only for me. You are probably with Brandy shacking up with her, so please get the hell away from me.
Yeah.
Like degenerate. And then also when they were sexist. That's what it is. Yeah. But also when they were deciding who was going to leave or whatever. Not gonna say who was the other girl because I want to talk about her later.
Yeah.
But he was talking to Kayla, whatever, stuff like that. I guess she was on the chopping block or whatever.
Yeah.
She was really happy to go on this date or whatever, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And he was like, and she was like, you're my strongest connection here. And he's like, well, whoa.
Yes.
Whoa.
He was
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Because it seemed like you had other connections.
And the only reason that you didn't go with Randall was
because it wasn't working out.
Because it was more of a competition because he got 3 women. So right there he's letting you know, you can't compete with them. That's why you came over here. But he knows goodness well Kayla liked him. Because after all, wasn't she the one that he chose to go see his family members?
Kayla needs help.
Like,
it was just too much. It was honestly too much.
And she fell for that right away. And she
let him gaslight her.
He's holding her. But guess what, Kayla? If Brandy was around, he would not have been holding you if he had seen Brandy on the side of the restaurant.
Stop accepting the degeneracy from this man. Yeah. Like, he is a dustball, and he has 3 kids.
At this point, Kayla, you should just excuse yourself.
At this point, he is washed up. Let him take Brandy. Let her, because she's already lowering her standards. Because you didn't even want to be with somebody who has kids. Look, Brandy. I don't want to be with nobody who has kids. So if you have kids and you liking me on a dating app or something, I am actually going to swipe, what is it, right? No, left.
Yeah.
Because, I'm not going to lower my standards. Brandy's already lowering her standards. She knows this man probably is not up to any good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But she's there.
Because remember that time when
she's one of those women who will check the man.
Remember her, Kayla, Katie, and was sitting last week.
Yeah.
And Mike was there. And Brandy, you saw he wasn't trying to say anything. He wasn't trying to diss Kayla for you. He did not make his intentions known.
Yeah.
Yes, you all are in the room.
Yeah.
But he has actually been silent. And he's still, and I'm sure she's aware of that too, that he's still talking to Kayla. So like you said, she has lowered her standards.
Yeah.
1, he has kids. You didn't want that.
Mm-hmm.
And then 2, he low-key is acting like someone who has done this before.
Yeah.
And you're a beautiful girl, Brandy. You do not need a mic.
Yeah. So that was a mess or whatever. But let's talk about Trinika.
Oh,
I really thought Trinika actually won the game. She knew Randall the best.
Yes,
which I felt like they do have a good connection, whatever. But Randall doesn't know what's good for him.
No.
He's there talking about how...
her.
Yeah.
Because she knows herself.
Yeah.
She has her standards.
Mm-hmm.
he's going to drain
the
her peaceful
life out
energy.
of her. Yeah.
That's what I feel.
Yeah.
Because he's not there, so they'll be unevenly yoked.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, Randall is still in toxicity. And I don't know what counsel he was talking about. I don't know if it was a counselor or a council in terms of the men, like COUNCIL, or if it was a COUNSEL. Because that would have been really weird. I gotta go talk to my counselor.
I thought that would have
been hilarious. The counselor should be helping you make decisions for your life, not the counselor make the decision for you.
But yeah, I felt like him and Trinika would have been good if he knew what was good for him. But he was there talking about how he felt like, oh, you know, I'm very happy to spend time with Trinika, but I'm very worried about Jamala.
Yeah. He needs someone who will crack the whip on him, you know, tell him what to do.
I don't know how long that will last, though.
That's what he likes.
Even though it stresses you out, obviously.
Even though it stresses you out.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with Randall. I really liked him in the beginning.
Like women like that. I had a friend of mine, and he was married to a woman like that, and the woman, she will do it in public, whatever, and then he'll look all like this. But you know, when we kind of cornered him, myself and another friend of his tried to ask him. He married her. He marries her. She takes the reins of all the money and everything, and she's a stay-at-home mom. But she puts him down. She puts him down in public and all kinds of things. And he's like, I love her, you know. Yeah, she's a little crazy. Yeah, she's, you know, has a mouth. He found out funny. You know who he's like? Cornelius. You know Cornelius
and Kamala. Yeah.
Camille, right? Yeah. So that's Randall and Jamala.
Yeah.
You know, so
he even said like he was there for Jamal and everything. She said, well, you need to make it known that you're there for me.
Yes. She wants him to let Kayla know it's over.
Anyway, they had a very romantic date, which I will now be taking, you know, in my future. Because I loved that date. I thought it was very nice. It was intimate. She was so much into her feminine energy. And I feel like the right man will come her way. Like, she's teaching me a lot about it as well. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Just the way that she let her concerns be known, but also she let him know that I'm still here for you. I still want to work on this connection. I thought was very beautiful. But fast forward, he lets her ass go. So I'm not even going to spend too much time talking about the sweet stuff. Because at the end of the day, he decided.
She was upset.
And he was like, you know, it was heartbreaking to see.
Respect for all the men there. And I don't know, Trinika, like, I don't know, was she trying to have other connections?
Well, I feel like she felt
I didn't think
wrong.
like she had other connections with other men, so I don't know why she lost respect for that.
Well, she felt like I should not have been,
Maybe she should not have voted me off. Else.
Well, I
think have voted off.
I really think that she just was like that because I feel like she felt like, you know, I might not have connections with everybody, but I'm actually a good person. I'm actually here for love. You guys can tell that I'm here for love. Yeah. You know, I might not be all over the place. Yeah. But I feel like the man should have seen that and recognized that. It should not have voted me off. Because I'm shocked that Sheree is still there. I am shocked. Who else am I shocked is still there? Kayla's still there. Yeah. Kayla, she's like a butterfly. Yeah, at least Trinika knew where she was going to be.
Was either LG
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But also Sheree, I just felt like Sheree Sampson, after that cringe date y'all had up in the gynecologist. What's that gynecologist? Where was that office? Where was that office?
Before we talk about Sheree, you know I was smiling. You know what I was smiling? That date.
Yeah, I felt bad though.
You know, like the date that they had, looking at each other in their eyes.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Right. I actually had a date like that with your father, as my ex-husband. And you know what is so funny? You know, where you look at each other's eyes and you become in sync. You know, for the longest time, he will remind me of that date. It was actually my idea because I was studying some yoga and some other things. But it is really amazing, and I'll tell like couples who are here, our subscribers, or for the women the subscribers, it is a beautiful thing. Like, you get to that next level stuff where you guys are starting with barely touching, but just looking in the eye for a while until you are like in sync. Something happens. When they say the eyes are the windows to the soul, it's true. Yeah. Because you're with someone you love and you guys are looking into each other's eyes. But it's so funny that, you know, years later, whenever he wants to reminisce about us, he will always say, remember that date that you did, we did, and when we sat there and whatever.
I definitely will be doing that.
Blew his mind. So, and it wasn't any, you didn't have to do any crazy stuff and contort your body and all this stuff, but it's just looking in the eyes and then going from there.
Yeah.
And the
I thought it was a beautiful,
I
thought it was a beautiful date. Yeah. The flowers, the ambience. Like, I'm not even like a sage person, but I am a spiritual person.
Right.
And I love that whole thing of just like getting rid of energy and then looking. Like, it's very intimate.
And flowing.
Yeah.
With that. And then when
I want to do something like that. That's so fun.
The one thing that they did not do with the looking of the eyes, when you also get close and you just open your mouths together so that you guys are now breathing together. Taking breath like and breathing out, and then you're getting closer and you're looking each other in the eye. Oh, if
the person's breath stinks,
you're not really, the person's breath is not really stinky, because when you're, I mean, we were vegan at the time, so the breaths and stuff wasn't stinky. Those who are vegans know what I'm talking about. So healthy vegans, the fruits and vegetables, not all the other stuff, pasta and all that stuff. Yeah, but yeah, I just thought that to say that, and it does actually work.
Yes,
it's a beautiful thing if you're married and you all, something.
But would you do that in a courtship?
I will not do that in no damn courtship. What? Because I'm telling you, you can actually have an orgasm just doing that. That's what I'm saying. So no, you will not be doing those things in a courtship.
But you're just looking at somebody's eyes. That's not worthy.
No. That's too much.
It's too much.
It's too much. It is as bad as kissing. I'm telling you, it's just as bad as kissing. You're not gonna kiss in a courtship, so you're not gonna kiss. You're not gonna do that. You certainly will not do that. That one is for married folks. Married people. You do that.
So I can't have no fun.
That's not fun. Because the thing is,
well, not fun in that way, but I was thinking about just the eye gazing. That's it.
No, because you don't want to do that with someone and then later on it don't work.
What if it's a fiance though? No, I mean like not like a courtship, but like a fiance.
You want to make sure that you don't have any ties to this person. So if you do something crazy, you gotta break up. You can't.
Yeah, that's right. Right.
So you don't want to have any ties with that.
Yeah.
Eyes are the windows to the soul. You're gonna start having those soul ties, looking through the eyes. It's a deep. It gets really deep. Just try it, but do it with your spouse, and do it with a mouth parted.
I don't think I'll be doing that. That's when I kind of hopped off the boat.
I mean, you're not going off.
Well, that's why I thought. No, it's just 2 people.
No, it's just no. You're not doing any of that. You're just like this. But you just want to open up any openings of your body. And then as you start to breathe, you'll find yourself, even your nostrils will open and stuff. You're just looking at each other. It's almost like you almost become one. And when that happens, that's why, and then he's touching your hands and your feet. Oh yeah, you can go to another place.
Me personally, I feel if I'm doing the whole eye gazing thing and the mouths are open, I'm going to start cracking up laughing because I'm going to be looking at your mouth and it's open and everything.
At first when you try it, like what he said, when he first started it with her, he wasn't used to it. Yeah. But I'm telling you, you do get, like when I did it, I was used to things like that, like stuff like that. My ex-husband wasn't, so this was a new thing. So he was doing a little giggly. Oh yeah, man, I can't even bend my knee. What's going on here? Why would I be sitting on this floor right here? Those kinds of and we just, but the more we just continue to do it, then that laughter stops. Yeah, because start catching feelings. So this is something. But yeah, you just memories. Let's keep it going.
Anyway, let's talk about the last couple, Sheree and Samson. I'm gonna let you take this away because it was so cringy. I'm gonna let you break it down.
So Samson comes in, right? He's carrying something. Can you all tell me what he was carrying? Because I don't know. I thought it was a gift for Sharice. But
This
it seems
man
as
is
though
a serious gift giver.
he came with a gift and left with a gift. Like he left with it. So I don't know what he brought, but he's like, I gotta go see how she make the bacon. And her goal was that she said she wanted to
get him to cry or whatever.
Ask him questions. Before he even came in through the elevator, she said, I want to be able to ask him questions.
And he asked him
asking me questions, and we go deeper. So that was your goal, Sharice. All right, let's see if you accomplished your goal. Samson comes in. He's now laying down. You're steaming his face. So his pores are opening. Right there. And then he's laying down. His face is right there with your face. Right? He's in a very vulnerable position too. Okay? And then you're going to do his face. Now, you guys start talking and he's asking, you're asking him, does he get emotional and stuff? What did he say? When she says, oh, so you don't show emotions? And he says, rarely. And then she asked him, are you
afraid of your emotions? Why would you ask a grown man that, Sheree? What man in his right mind will admit that, even if he is?
Yes. Are you afraid of your emotions? First of all, she asked him, do you get emotional?
Yeah.
Right? And he says, no, I don't get emotional. Now, those words, emotional, are you afraid? Those are like trigger words to a man. Because it's like you're trying to tell him he's soft, in a sense.
Yeah.
So right there, you're using the wrong word. But let's go with that, right? You ask him if he's emotional. He said he rarely shows his emotion. And then you're like, you're afraid of that. Maybe what you could have asked him was, well, how do you, show like sadness? Or if you're angry, how does that manifest in your life? Maybe he'll tell you something like, well, I go outside, I chop some wood or whatever if I'm angry.
Yeah.
If I'm sad, I play the piano or something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You had an opportunity to go further with a question, but you weren't tuned in.
No.
So you missed an opportunity right there to dig deeper because he's giving you information. Then he tells you the last time he cried was in 2011 when his dog died. Right? And then you go, what did she ask him after that? She asked him something else that has nothing to do with the dog. Like you could have asked him more about the dog, like what it meant to you. Do you have another dog?
Sheree does not want kids, and I doubt she has a pet.
Yeah,
so she doesn't have the empathetic part of her.
Because we're dog people.
We're animal lovers. We love cats. We had almost 5 cats at one time.
Yeah, we take in foster dogs and stuff like that to train them for people. So I think that probably that's true. She does not have a pet.
And she doesn't have that empathy.
And she doesn't have children, right.
So she's not going to be empathetic with that.
And
she's also in her masculine energy.
To ask, right.
So she wouldn't know how to be feminine in that moment.
Yeah. You see, I just felt with Sharice, it reminded me of a young guy who brings a woman over and his end goal is to sleep with her. To end up on the couch making out or something, right? And so he invites this woman and he says, okay, when she comes, I'm going to butter her up with some wine. We're going to sit down. We're going to have this nice dinner. And then I'm going to put on some music or dim the light. And then I'm going to end up here. I felt like with Sharice, her thing was, he's going to do a facial. I'm going to butter him up with that. Then we're going to come out. We'll have some champagne. When he ended up in this chair right here, now we're going to get to the questions and the digging deeper. But what she missed was that he was already beginning to go deep with you. Not in the chair, but when he was laying down. He was already sharing with you, but you weren't listening. You weren't listening to what he was saying. So by the time you got to the chair, and we saw a little thing of Samson, when he got off of the table, he was like this as he was drinking.
He did not look. That man did not look like he was not looking relaxed.
Right?
No.
Before he even got to the chair. Then when he gets to the chair now you're like, okay, I want to be what did she say? An important part or something like that.
A positive part of your life.
A positive part of your life. And he says, you are a positive part of my life. But
I need to know more.
I need to know more. You missed another opportunity. You said you want to be a positive part. He says you are. That's a wonderful time to say, oh, baby, really?
Well,
to show a little bit of femininity. Oh, baby.
Or to ask him how you feel about her.
Like,
you know?
How have I been a positive part of your life? You missed another opportunity. You didn't hear him. And then maybe he would have told you then, this is what I see of you. This is this is that. But you tell him, you totally skip that. But because you see in your mind, you were to ask questions, and he were to answer questions, and then you all were to go deeper on this chair right here. Okay? You've missed a whole bunch of things. And then, you continue in the vein of, well, we need to go deeper. And he's like, I mean, are you having reservations? Oh, I'm not having reservations. You are having reservations. And it's okay to be honest. Because if you feel as though you guys are not getting deeper and you don't know anything about him, of course you have reservations because you don't know him. So he says, okay, well then, you're having, at this point, he's blinking. Meaning like, okay, well, you're having questions then. Even though, so now he gets on the defensive. Even though I have been telling you stuff and whatever,
actions,
you still having questions with all my words and all my actions. And she says, yeah, but we gotta have a conversation.
That's healthy.
And look, I'm gonna have a conversation. And she's sitting a little above him. So, but we have to have a conversation.
It's almost like you're talking down to him.
Yes, and then pronouncing all of your syllables. Conversation. And that is healthy. So now you're letting him know, conversations, boo-boo, means it's healthy, okay? Don't catch an attitude, me. But you catching all the attitude. And so now this man is like, he looking like this, he's talking to you. It don't take me 2 weeks to know things that I need to know. What he's trying to tell you is that he's 48 years old.
He's 48?
Yes. He knows what a conversation is. He knows that it's healthy because he's a life coach also. He knows that it's healthy to have a conversation. And so he says in the confessional how he came in to relax in the salon.
But Hurricane Sheree
is here rearing her head.
Yeah.
And the man is already called you a hurricane. So obviously you've shown this side to him before.
Yeah.
And from this little thing, I don't know what they've been talking about in the past. But from this little skit right here,
you can tell she's not listening to him.
She's not listening to him. So now he is just annoyed. Yeah. And he's like, okay, we have had 2 weeks. He's trying to soften the blow. We're still getting to know each other and stuff like that.
And you're not going to know everything about your person in like a month charade. Like you have to actually, if this is something that you want to be
know
with.
Everything like that anyway.
And the thing is like, ask the important questions that you need to know now.
Yeah, the deal breakers.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that's what I would say,
yeah.
But I just felt like, she just was doing too much.
Too much. And she wasn't listening, and she was being disrespectful in the way she spoke. Just disrespectful, completely condescending, out of total feminine energy. And we've been saying that for a while. Just all in the masculine energy. And then he says, well, what are you doing today? Because he wants to move the conversation. This looks contentious. What do you do today? I don't want to talk about me. I want to talk about you. Okay, well, we're going nowhere. And then she says, well, okay, you're the man. And then he says, well, we got to compromise, though. We got to compromise, give and take, sacrifice. Now he is just, now he's just annoyed. And then the next thing you know, it's like, well, okay, you're the man. And you go to fist bump the man.
You're the woman. You're the woman, Sheree. You're the woman.
You are a woman.
Remember that you're a woman. Stop coming at me with that masculine energy.
And that's what he was trying to say. Like, remember, you're a woman, but now he throwing serious shade at you, just like you're throwing shade at him.
That's why I was shocked that Sheree was like, even there.
We were like, it will end badly.
They're not leaving together.
They're
not
going to work.
It's not going to work.
It's not going to work at all. I mean, yeah.
To the left.
Yeah.
Everything you own in the box to the left.
I mean, I never really thought that they were like.
No, I felt like it was the only connection she had. But it really wasn't a connection.
Really wasn't a connection.
It was kind of like a faulty plug that you think's going to work but doesn't really work.
Yeah, the person that she liked in the beginning, I think, was Mike. But then Mike found her to be rude. Remember, he kept on saying every time in the confessional and to the guys, like, he finds her to be mean.
Yeah.
Kind of mean and, you know.
Yeah. But anyway, you guys, that was Ready to Love. Comment down below your thoughts. But it's Mary.
And let us know if you guys agree with us and stuff like that. And also, for some advice, how can women who, you know, have more of their masculine energy, what are some of the different ways that, you know, especially women who are in authorities at their jobs? Because I know I was, you know, was falling to that myself. You know, how can they now get into this feminine energy? Give us some extra pointers about how you can get more into your feminine energy, especially when you play a role in your personal life, you know, and you have to get into your masculine energy more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's Mary.
And Alma.
You might have to like,
subscribe,
share,
and comment
down below.